Welcome back, and in this video, this is the example that we're going to be taking a look at. It's going to be really simple to do. Some of the things I want you to do or point out to you on how to start a drawing like this, we'll discuss. So let's go ahead and get started. So in this one, we notice that all of these lines are at 90 degrees. That's going to be really beneficial to us on what kind of method that we're going to use. So I can think of off the top of my head is that we just want to look at and do some orthographic stuff. So we're going to usually put on F8. I can also use the polar tracking, which is function key 10. But I think in this case, since all of the lines are nice and straight, it's going to be easier to do it from there. One of the things I always get people to ask me is, where do I start, or how do I know where to start? One of the things I typically do is I look at where my dimensions are kind of pulling from. And you notice that this area here seems to be really good of where everything is pulling from. I can see that the 7 and 2 and things of that nature are pulling from that direction. And I can also see that my horizontal dimensions up here at the top are also pulling from that direction. So this is going to be one of those corners that I can start from. Now the next thing is just kind of your preference or your style. I tend to like to work in a counterclockwise motion. So therefore, when I start creating things, I start from this line and then I'll kind of, progress up, come this direction. Then I'll go up and then I'll go this direction. So you kind of see where I'm going. You may also notice that I have a few dimensions in here that are magenta color, and I'm strictly talking about these two dimensions here. Normally, what you will see on a drawing is that these two dimensions will be omitted. Basically, what I'm saying is that you should have enough information to figure out how far this line is based on the information you have. You see that the overall dimension is 7, and you see that going up vertically that this dimension is 2, and this dimension is 3. So 7 minus the 2 and the 3 will give me 2. So therefore you don't need this dimension, but I put it on here just as a learning, just so we can kind of discuss that. The same thing can be said along here at the top. We see the overall dimension is 10, and we see all of these dimensions that we have equaling. Each one of these are going to equal to 8. And so if I have 10 minus 8, that remainder that is left over should be 10. Alright, so enough of me talking about this. Let's switch over to AutoCAD and get started. So like I was saying in the introduction, is that I noticed that all of those lines are going straight and vertically going straight. So that kind of lets me know what I want to start with. I'm going to go ahead and activate my ortho mode just so I can keep all of my lines going straight. Now remember with this one is that we have to give it the prediction of where it's going to go. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and turn off the grid since it's not needed in this example. And now I'll start the line command. I'll click my first point. So remember that anytime we start the line command, it can be absolute. So I can type in what coordinates I want to start at, or I can just pick some random point. In this case, I will just pick here. And now that my ortho is on, I have to give the predictor of where it's going to go. So in this case, and I'm just going to pan over a little bit, I'm going to start at that corner that I told you that I was. I'm going to go up in the up direction, type in 2, enter. Now I'm going to go to the left, and you can over exaggerate this prediction. So I can extend it way out to this direction. And I'll type in 2, enter. Once again, I like to over exaggerate mine a little bit. This is 3, enter. Come back this direction, 2, enter. Let's go up, 2, enter. Back to the left here, 2, enter. Let's come down, 2, enter. Let's go to the left, 2, enter. Back down, and once again, you can always over exaggerate these just to make sure you're going the right direction. But this distance is 3, enter. Come to the left, 2, enter. Come down, 2, enter. And then the last one I'm going to do here, since I did not break my command at all, I'm just going to type in C, enter. and that's the close function, and it should end the command for you. Alright, so this is really simple to do. I just wanted you to make sure that you notice that all of these lines were either vertical or horizontal, and that's the important thing that you're going to see anytime you're using a ortho mode or you decide to use ortho mode. Now I'm going to step over here and I'm going to do something a little bit differently on this one. I'm going to go ahead and take a look and do it in the polar tracking method. Exact same process, but you're going to see that I have to have that predictor of that line. So let's go to the line command, click our start point, and now I have to get the green tracking point in the direction I want. That's 2, enter. Coming to the left, I get the green prediction, and make sure that it stays on that. If your line is not having that green predicting line there, you'll see that if I type in 2, enter, it's going to go at that angle. So make sure that you're getting that green tracking line. 2, enter. Let's go up. 3, enter. 2, enter. 2, enter. And I can't stress it enough how important it is to make sure that that green tracking line is coming. 2, enter. Come down. 2, enter. 2, enter. And you can always change in between. So for example, if I just said, hey, this is, getting too much to try to figure out where my predictor line, I can always switch to the ortho mode and go 3, enter. 2, enter. 2, enter, and then see the close. So you don't have to stick with one method, and that's the most important thing that I want you to understand. So there's multiple ways of doing most of these problems. Whichever way works best for you, that's going to be the one that you're going to find out. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you kind of understand the difference between the ortho mode and the polar tracking. You can see that both of them are super useful, and especially when we come to doing some angles and other things of that nature in some more videos, you're going to see that it does make a difference on kind of how you set things up. All right, so thank you for watching, and once again, you can please like and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying what you're seeing, and you can also visit the Patreon page where I'm going to start releasing some of these videos a little bit earlier than what you're going to see here. Thank you.